Very good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's week ahead video, where here at MelonsTrade and Synergy, we will be going over the various Forex pairs, looking for location-wise where we sit in the market cycle, and if there's any harmonic patterns that are tradable at those moments in the cycle. But before I start, Synergy Markets, which provides this service predominantly, the signal service, is authorized and regulated by the FCA. However, the service is an unregulated signal service. All signal services technically unregulated because you're not providing personal recommendations, and therefore retail clients don't have protection from the Ombudsman or the Compensation Services Scheme. And also trading in general is risky, in particular with margin-based products. Right, let's start. So we've had a pretty good start to the month. In particular, the premium group had some fantastic trades. I've been posting on social media the results. We got caught out most recently on GBP CHF, but otherwise we've had really nice runs in a number of pairs: GBP CAD, Euro CAD, AUD CAD. I'll quickly just go over the highlight reel. We had GBP AUD, Euro AUD. We took a loss on AUD NZD. We took another win on USD CAD twice, actually. So it's been decent for us. But let's get to the charts. Here we go. So the first one up in front of me, we've got this AUD USD situation. Now, if you can see this box that I have here in the middle, that's simply like a childish drawing, a crude drawing of what it is the whole methodology of the market cycle is based on. It doesn't vary. There isn't different versions of it. This is it. So what you can see here with the 1, the 2, and the 3 is on the charts. 1, 2. So we know we're in this 2 area. We know that this is to come still. This move down is to come. So we know the direction of travel is sure. However, in that direction of travel, you get, where we have this consolidation zone, we are seeing the price doing what it wants ultimately, but maintaining kind of lower highs each time, and higher lows, really contracting. But within these, the word fractal means smaller versions of it. Within this zone, we are seeing 1, 2. Is it going to give us a 3, like the model suggests up here in the box? 1, 2, 3. This works on all time frames. The other thing about harmonic patterns is they are also formed in these areas of consolidation. So we have here a harmonic move here, X to A, but in this instance, it's going to be A, B, C, D. So we have it also here pointing to a potential move up here that does coincide with a 1, 2, 3. We have had this harmonic here repeat itself here, and it brought us into an area where markets did sell off. I did take this trade. I didn't send it. I did take this trade personally, but we could see quite clearly we had 1 week of drop, 2 weeks of drop, 1 week of rise, 2 weeks of rise, 3 weeks of rise. The markets work in threes. It's one of the most important features of trading from this analysis perspective. Markets work in threes. And what we've got here, we had the breakdown. So first of all, everything's high highs, high lows, high highs, high lows, high highs. This is the fulcrum. This is the main break. And the analysis on this particular candlestick was pretty decisive. You just have to put the pieces together. You got to put the pieces together so you can see the intentions. Look, this happened because of this. It didn't happen here because of that. That is the market breaking clearly a level. Now, for us, this happened a bit earlier because ultimately high, 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 low, equal high, equal low. We did break here. We broke here, this range. So our trading zone was from here to here. So we broke that range and then we came down and we started breaking it again. So we had one confirmation, second confirmation, and because I know what I'm doing, I took that. And it's a wonderful 150 pip trade. Now what we have, in line with this cycle, we have 1 week, we have 2 weeks, and we're expecting a third week. So we're expecting a third week, but we again need to see price breakdown. And for me, this is quite a bullish setup here. So I'm waiting for the market to do a false move, beginning of the week, and then start giving it to us around about midweek. I'll be looking for this one to jump on as a short. So that's a really nice setup in line. Now we'll go to the others. So next we have AUD CAD. AUD CAD, we took this long. I didn't send it again. It was one of the ones that I took myself. I don't send every signal. Right, so what have we got? We've got this picture here that if I can blow up a little bit. You can see that. Remember that pattern on the previous AUD USD? You've got this 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So on the way up, looks a little bit more, what a mess, you may say. Yeah, maybe. But what I can see here is the A, B, C, D. So first zone, second zone. And if you notice, each one starts with this trapped false and into a real 1, 2, 3. Trapped false, 1, 2. We definitely think 3. This is extremely bullish. 1, 2, definitely 1, 2, 3 on this guy up to the peak, and that will give us again another harmonic swing, harmonic swing, harmonic swing, harmonic swing. So the markets do have this order in the chaos. Now, how can we enter it? So I got in simply noticing where the last lower high was, and then we just saw a break, retest, and an entry off this engulfing candle here. Fair enough, it came down and spiked, but it gave me my 50, which is what I'm looking for. Now, I've drawn this line here that we've sort of bounced off and treated quite respectfully. What we set ourselves up with now is a day of rise and a second day of rise. So again, we're using the big numbers in our favor. The whole methodology is based on 3, and so we're going to take a 3. Now, for me, the potential risk here is, at the minute, there's only 11 pips to make a new high. So if we can get a retracement down, I don't know, down off the 50 EMA, for example, that gives us, we know that there's 30 pips there. The only thing we have to navigate is how they handle this Sunday session, because this is the gap. If we gap, the whole trade's over and reset. If there's no gap, the trade's on. So there's just tiny detail that only hours and hours of charting can sort of give you. AUD Now we have been in this one and we've done well on it. But if we have a look at the big picture, remember the diagram? It's not always going to look good. It's going to look like a Picasso most of the time. But you have to learn the stereotype, the perfect one, and then be able to use your eyes to see the other ones, like those magic eye charts. So we've got 1, we've got 2, we have a peak. A big 1, we have 2, we have a peak. Notice the conformational moves. You've got 1, 2, 3 to the low. You have 3 hits to the low. In this zone, this is the peak. This is the peak. The markets do chop both ways, and you're seeing that. People are getting slayed that way and slayed that way. Now, we're trying to construct some form of, there's a hook that's been presented here, highs, lows, higher highs, high lows. People are waiting for the higher low. Is it going to come through it, or is it going to go from here? Again, difficult to know. Best to wait till this one leaves consolidation, leaves the peak. AUD again, a big troublesome, not troublesome, I mean, frustrating pattern. But again, we have it mapped out. We've got the 1, 2 up. For me, this is just a massive consolidation zone. 1, 2, I mean, 1 push, 2 pushes, 3 pushes make a consolidation zone. We're at the upper end of it. Notice the harmonics again. Harmonic up here, we just failed to complete. So the first thing I can say is we haven't retested any of this. So that would be my first expectation. Second expectation is we've got 1, 2, 3 up. We are looking for shorts. But the big thing bothering me is this high, 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 low, high, 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 low. This is a high low. So it may want to make this third move higher up here first, but beforehand it should fill in a little. So moving on. I'm not going to go through every pair because some of them I don't think are worth looking at. I'm not going to touch any of the CHF CADs. Euro AUD, this is a top setup. We have taken this one, done really well. Again, notice what I'm showing you each time is a carbon copy of the previous in a way that we know where we sit. So far on this one, we've got the double bottom. We have the first zone. We have the second zone. Some people might say, isn't this the second zone and that's the third high? Yes, it is. But technically, if you get 1, 2, 3, you do get a consolidation. Now, within this consolidation zone, we saw this beautiful Gartley harmonic that set up the buy here. The CD leg came in. Notice this CD leg within it. It had this A, B, C, D to the T came in. This massive wick gave us an idea that they didn't like the highs at the time. Now, my quandary here is, are we remembering consolidation zones? They don't validate the full 3. It's always 2 normally. So have we got the 1 and the 2? Or is it going to validate 1, 2, 3? Don't know. These lows are pretty respected, albeit slightly lower each time. It could be a key sign. This might get tested, where the zone originated and the move originated, but that's what I'm looking for. 1, 2, 3 to the high. We look at where the previous peak is. It's all the way up there. Huge upside. I need to get back into this one. Let me see if there's another opportunity. We are completing at the moment a Gartley on this down here. AB, CD completed, Gartley completed, and I didn't send this one, but it's certainly in my automated stuff. This is the anchor. You get the right Fibonacci. So, guys, I do have well, basically, I've got two businesses. I've got Synergy Markets, which is my regulated, what I'm talking to you here and now about signals. And I've also got MelonsTrade, which is more of a personal touch. So, you know, less formal, but able to sell education. And I've just done a harmonics course. Anyone want to learn? Please check it out. It's on the MelonsTrade website. So what I'm looking for here is a safe entry. I'm looking for a break of the last lower high. We've completed the Gartley. It's high probability. Yeah, it's what I need to write down for next week. UAD, like it. And on the big picture, which you'll notice on all the other ones I'm about to show you, you've got the big 1-2 setup. So expecting a third, not showing signs of higher highs and higher lows yet. I think it's lower lows and lower highs. So we do need that to turn around, but anyhow, that's what I'm seeing. EuroCAD, another one, lovely. We've seen the 1-2 down, and now we've seen the big one up, and we're trying to break that high at the moment, making high highs, high lows, high highs, high lows. This is the consolidation zone. This is a consolidation zone. We expect the third. So we're in this one already. It's a really nice trade, really proud of it. Got in down here. We've had that so far. We identified what we could see going on. For me, this is what did I see again on this one? There's a double bottom off this low. Anyway, what I saw was what I saw. I haven't got time on this video. Euro CHF is another example, like AED CHF, of potentially huge upside potential. We've got the first zone, the second zone, 1, 2, 3 to the low, and a massive double bottom. So safe entries are typically up here, but down here where things look bleak, the fact that this is going to get back up to 112 over the next 2-3 years is huge, huge, huge potential returns that you just got to be aware of. Could go up 22%. And I mean, you know, say no more, ultimately. Not touching that. Okay, Euro entered. These another one. So I'm only showing you pairs that are high probability. I am not going there. I'm not going with anything that, you know, isn't high probability. You have to see this as, people say it's a game, but it is a game where you need to have the conditions right for you. It's, you know, you're not going to, it's your ball. It's your game. You go out and play ball, go and play football, you know, with people that you can beat. You know, you can see chinks in the armor. This is what you need. You need to be set up 1-2. That will come with time. Euro US. Oh, I didn't really go into too much detail on that. Apart from that, we're in the second zone of consolidation. There was an entry here that I missed. Change break entry. So far, we've got 2 weeks of rise. Massive. 1 week, 2 weeks. I want to know when the last lower highs take out. And that's another good one. In line with the cycle. We're looking for the 3rd week of rise. It's given us a nice pullback. You have to be wary of the ADR. And moving on, Euro USD. So this has given us 2 weeks of drop. So we've got to be aware, albeit counter trend. So counter trend typically doesn't always play. Can we notice the pattern in this zone? Well, I can certainly understand that this is a form of consolidation zone. That is a consolidation zone. This is also a consolidation zone. Just that bit. This bit as well is a consolidation zone. So we know that this move, you can only have 2 consolidation zones. This move here has created that one level. There's more to come. The fact that the 1-2 is also showing us that this zone here is still part of this chop at the top. So I'm going to delete that one. So a trend will always have 2 consolidation zones, and 2 consolidation zones then make up a bigger consolidation, and it's off again. So 2 weeks of drop. Is there any reason why price should hold up here? We're also in the middle of this first zone of consolidation. It's a risky place to trade. But the thing saving it is we are trading off the targeted entry, which is the 200 EMA, but it's in the middle of the range, so low odds. Right, moving on. You can see again what I'm looking for. First zone, second zone. We're in the second zone of consolidation, coming out in the middle of consolidation. And we're starting to see high highs, high lows, high highs, high lows being created. We are expecting the 3rd level up. We need to find an opportunity. We have been in this one for the premium group. We've been in it. I'm looking for something like this. I need to put a reminder there because it's a really nice setup. 1 second. One second, one second. Okay, moving on. So yeah, GBP AUD, as you can see, we like that one as well. Really good structure. GBP CAD is another one we sent last week. Got in here, really nice. Happy days. Very proud that I can do this. You have to convince yourself. You get a lot of imposter syndrome, a lot of pressure, a lot of stress, but I love it. Reason for the trade, this is the first zone. We could identify trend, high, 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 low. How do we identify the trend? Because we're trading off the 50 EMA each time. Faked here, people faked. People also saw 1, 2, 3, but we still saw the opportunity. Ascribed. GBP CHF, this is one that stung us. Got caught on this guy. Yes, you can see, first of all, he's very choppy. So the chop got me, but the intention and I did the right thing. I'll show you it. This is level 1, level 2, level 3, and then on the way up, we expect the first zone. Now, the first thing to say is the first zone is below the second zone on the way down. That's a weakness. You can see the shoulder, head, shoulder here. Now, the thing that got me, I'm looking for high highs and high lows. What am I getting here? High, 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 low. I just got stung. I thought it turned around. I thought I saw 1, 2, 3, and this wick did me. So, it's a loss. The trade is still on. With the fact we're below the last lower high is a bit of a weakness. And also the fact that we're still making lower highs is a bit of a problem. So you need to get long when it breaks the last lower high. Key. I'm going to avoid all these. GBP USD is, again, 2 weeks of drop, 1 week, 2 weeks, 2 weeks of drop. But setting up really nicely. It might just make a new low and go. We're looking for trades off the 50. If that can, that's still quite close to the 50 EMA. That can get near there again. I mean, we've also completed this big ABCD. And I think that this is an example of a butterfly pattern. If you bear with me 1 second. It is a perfect butterfly. Look at that, up at the 127 extension. And we can also see that we're sitting at the 161.8 extension. So that was an absolute cracker. But I don't trade counter trend, guys, so I'm not going there. Looking for this low to be taken out. Moving on. NZD CAD. This is another one that I'm setting up to get in for this week. This is a top trade. So you can notice the pattern on the way down. This is a level 1 consolidation. You can see the 1, 2, 3, and you can see the 1 up. Trap false. High highs, high lows being created. You can see the 1, 2, 3 up. We spoke about this low being taken out, and we got a nice reaction. We've got 2 days of rise. 2 days of rise. And this is looking good. We expect the market to work in threes. We do have the gap to navigate. I'm going to write that down. Right, moving on. So we've done NZD CAD. I'll show you the NZD CHF. NZD CHF is, bear with me, it's one of my favorites. Again, making high highs, high highs, equal low. We've just done a bit of a maneuver that I quite like. We created potentially the bottom of the high low. So I need to know. I need to know here what's going on. This is potentially a bit of a problem in terms of discipline. You need to wait really for that to get broken. But at the same time, you are seeing the characteristics of what it is I'm looking for. So you can already see you're making a higher high, higher low within there. I want to see a break retest, and it's simply an entry here if the candlesticks are showing. But the risk of that is that you haven't got the last lower high. So then you're going to start having to count. You've got a 1 and then a 2, and then you want to take that 3. Okay, you can learn all this, by the way, by buying my course. Here's NZD USD. NZD USD is like AUD USD. You've got level 1, level 2. A bit of a Gartley happening. We've taken out here. This is shorts. We're looking for shorts on this guy. Trend is low, and we've got 2 weeks of drop. So this really now is time to take action. We have some, you get above here, is off, up. That would give us that false move at the beginning of the week. So interesting setups coming into the last few now, because I'm not going to do all these. I'm only going to do the ones that are showing the market maker's pattern. I'll show you gold quickly. Gold's a difficult one. On the monthly chart, you can see that the pattern is you got 1, you got 2, you've got 1, you got 2. This for me is very toppy. I don't want to get caught there, so I'm going to avoid that. Here's the Mona Lisa. That should be hanging in the gallery. Look at that. 1, 2, I'm looking to exit 2 into 3. Go back and look at the previous videos. We've isolated this. We got into this trade as well. This is probably one of the best trades of the quarter. We got in down here, and it's given us all that. So it really does work, guys. I'm always excited to show this, try and make you realize that this sort of analysis does work. But anyway, I digress. Thanks for watching. Wish you all the best, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Cheers.